Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another off-the-rip episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. Always good to see you, so let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? So, today's off-the-rip episode is going to be an Armagnac. I know I'm going to butcher that, and I want to say... Castarede. Castrate? I hope not. Oh, goodness. So, Bass Armagnac. Appellation Armagnac. This is a VS, which means it's very special, which also means it's kind of the youngest of the whole line. 40% alcohol by volume. It is a product of France. And there's a lot on the backside. We're not going to get into all of that. Founded in 1832. It's the oldest registered Armagnac. And there's all that good stuff. So the rules require VS is aged for 3 years minimum instead of 1. So yeah, there's that. So we'll start getting into this Armagnac. Let's see if I can't get this open. It just, there's no, I'm gonna need my tool. I'm gonna need the tool. Get the tool. Here's the tool. We get out that foil cutter, and we don't even mess around, just go up it. Go up it. And just take it all off. Take it all off. Ooh. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that cork pop. Nice. So that does look nondescript, regular, black, sort of. Let's get our first pour on, shall we? I've definitely been getting into some Armagnac. Castarede. Anyway, so on the nose, I'm definitely getting that very familiar Armagnac, but it does seem to be a bit on the lighter end because it is a younger one. It's very special, which means it's at a minimum of 3 years. Now we've had 2 other Armagnacs. The first one was. It depends on, I guess, which source you go to. The bottle says one thing, the actual website non-existent, but those that reference it will say that it's 25, up to 25, but I think it's 15 to 25 years of a mixture. So it was an XO. It was a Saval, Marques de Saval XO. XO means extra old, which I believe it's more than 15, so there's that. So probably around 15 to 20. It's very, very nice. That bottle, that label was discontinued, unfortunately. It's amazing. Still plenty of bottles on the shelf, but I'm picking them up fast, so you better beat me to it. And the other one we had was a little bit younger. It was roughly 10 to 15 years. And then this one's less than 10, so now we've gone backwards actually. So I do a 3-part series. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, have the first pour, share my first impressions with you. Part 2, full review time. We drink it down halfway, put the cork back on it, put it back on the shelf. I'm still debating if the standard operating procedure and timeline would fit the Armagnac, because it's not exactly a spirit of such like a whiskey. It's more than a wine, but not quite a whiskey. So I think a week instead of a week and a half would probably fit better for the Armagnacs, because I've noticed they do tend to, as they open up, as you get more oxygen in the bottle, that oxygen space starts to grow and overtake the libation. There's more organic material in here as to say a whiskey. Not as much as a wine, but somewhere in between. That's exactly what Armagnac is to me. Somewhere between a whiskey and a wine. Anyway, I let it sit on the shelf for a week. We're going to say a week. I'll go online, try and find out as much as I can. There's plenty on the bottle to read, and I'll go over that later. But yeah, after a week, we'll come back. We'll go over it. We'll talk about it. I'll score it. Continue to drink it because part 3, final pour, thusly named. We'll have that final pour. Compare it to today's first pour off the rip, and everything in between. So, on the nose, like I said, it's very light, a little dusty, a little chalkiness. A little bit of, dare I say, acetone. But barreling, a little bit of that, some wine, like grape peels, like ripe grape peels. So let's go ahead and get on the palate. Okay, yeah, that was interesting. So immediately I get a flash of like acetone, very acidic, but then it quickly rushes out the room. Ashamed as it should be, it should run right out of that room. And then immediately come in with ripe red fruit, like that ripe grape, that ripe red grape skin. A little bit of chalkiness, then some of that oakiness. This, I'm not too sure about. I might have to start thinking in the same mannerisms in which I did with cognac. That the only good stuff is going to be the older stuff, and it's going to be expensive. Well, not expensive, but it's not going to be cheap, and it's not going to be. I don't know. Let's move on to the second one. Decent enough viscosity. A slight bit of oiliness on the mouth, on the palate. It's not bad, but it is that like that acetone, acidic, sort of acrid. That hits you right away. Yeah, this is definitely going to very much so come off as a young Armagnac. So I'm trying to now have to formulate about where in this scale is a no-go, a here we go, and a oh hell yeah. Well, obviously we know that the XO is definitely a go to a hell yeah. Very special. And what's the next level up? The VSOP. There's another Boss Armagnac on my list to get. It's not this. It's that Delort. It's that Boss Armagnac Delort. It's the next one. I forget which one it is, but it's the next one. With that, the other one I tried, I started like smack dab in the middle of their line. And now I'm thinking, yeah, anything lower than 10 years is probably not going to be worth it. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, go ahead and do so while you're there. All this wonderful content will come right to you as soon as I release it. Oh man, it's just all about the experience. And if you watch the channel, you watch enough of my videos, you might get an understanding enough that maybe you could learn from my mistakes. Maybe you can learn from my experience. But then again, everybody has a different palate. Everyone has a different preference of taste and value they put forth on things. So, I mean, value is subjective. Just like taste, likes and hates. Let's go ahead and let's do this finish here. I can't remember the exact pricing on this one, but I do believe that other Bass Armagnac, Napoleon, Delort, that was not very much more than this one. And I would rather have that other one because that other one is pretty nice. And it's like a 10-year. And I'm starting to think that 10 years is where I'm going to have to put like the mark to say it needs to be at least 10 years. The finish is a little bit drying, a little bit acidic, acrid. There is some dryness, like I said, dryness, spice, the oakiness. It's like if you ever chewed on like old, like spiral book, notebook paper, and you get that sort of dry, blech, kind of on the back end. Hey, don't ask questions. We did things when we were kids, so don't even try. Yeah, this is a. I'm going to say that by the halfway part, it's going to be drinkable to some degree, and the last part, the last third of that bottle is going to be something we're probably going to have to rush through because I think the quality is going to go out the window for sure. So yeah, we got to force it down through the first third. Try and enjoy the second third as much as we can, and then we're going to have to push forward again to that final third just to get it over with. But there it is. In the comment section, we'd love to know where you're at. What are you currently drinking? How do you pronounce that? I'll figure it out in the full review episode. Do you like Armagnac? What's the lowest Armagnac you'd like to go with? Anywho, there it is. Let's talk about it in the comment section. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. It's going to be a tough one for sure. There's that Armagnac. Not cloudy, not really cloudy at all.